Eroding of Earth's magnetic field could cause the extinction of humanity and the biosphere, of course. This is according to a new study. It's a shock claim. This is by Sean Martin, Express UK. But we're going to go into more details with the actual abstracts and the articles of these scientific publications. Earth's magnetic field is weakening. It's basically gone down about 24% since 2014. That's just astonishing. And they say that it's been happening for the past 3,000 years. It's been weakening, and some are warning that solar rays could steadily erode it even further and eventually lead to the extinction or the doing away of humanity, the biosphere, not just humanity. Scientists previously stated the magnetic field, which protects life on Earth from cosmic radiation, has been weakening over the past 3,000 years, and it could be due to an impending pole reversal or pole shift or pole flip. In recent years, scientists have been gearing up for a potential flip in the magnetic field, which is a natural phenomenon. It occurs just about every 200 to 300,000 years. That's when the North and the South poles switch position. The poles attempted to do that about 40,000 years ago, but the process failed. As a result, the last time the poles switched were about 780,000 years ago. That means that we are long overdue a pole reversal, the scientists claim. Dr. Nicolas Thuveny from the European Center for Research and Teaching of Environmental Geosciences, CEREG for short, in France, previously warned, quote, "The geomagnetic field has been decaying for the last 3,000 years. The geomagnetic field has been losing 30% of its intensity in the last 3,000 years. As a result of weakening magnetic field and the potential reversal of the poles, humanity and all life on Earth is under threat." So it's all of the biosphere, not just humanity. This is, at least according to Christian conspiracy theorist author Michael Snyder, who describes himself as one of those Christians that actually believes the Bible. Snyder, whose book titles include Living a Life That Really Matters and The Beginning of the End, wrote for conspiracy site Zero Hedge, quote, "Today, most of us take the protection provided by Earth's magnetic field completely for granted. It's essentially a colossal force field which surrounds our planet and makes life possible. And even with such protection, a giant solar storm could still potentially hit our planet and completely fry our power grid. But as our magnetic field continues to get weaker and weaker, even much smaller solar storms will have the potential to be cataclysmic. And once the magnetic field gets weak enough, we will be facing much bigger problems. If enough solar radiation starts reaching our planet, none of us will survive. Our planet is becoming increasingly unstable, and we are seeing things happen that we have never seen before. Everyone agrees that the Earth's magnetic field is rapidly getting weaker, and that is making us more vulnerable with each passing day." End quote. When the pole reversal finally does happen, the magnetic shield will fail by at least 10%, according to scientists. Many species of animals means that most notably birds have a sense for the magnetic poles which allow them to successfully navigate the globe. This is during their periods of mass migration, which most of them do, leading experts to fear that it could cause confusion. But as humans, we're not about during the last switch. It's impossible to accurately predict. Well, some people say that humans did exist millions of years ago. Others, for example, in this article, say humans were not around the last switch 780,000 years ago. Other scientists believe there is nothing to worry about. Richard Huma, a professor of geomagnetism of the University of Liverpool in the UK, said, "There has been speculation that we are about to experience a magnetic polar reversal or excursion. But by studying the two most recent excursion events, we show that neither bear resemblance to current changes in the geomagnetic field, and therefore it is probably unlikely that such an event is about to happen. Now, there are scientists that spark panic and doubt over whether magnetic poles will flip or not. Sean Martin of Express UK reports scientists are currently embroiled in an argument, and it's pretty huge. Their argument is over whether the Earth's magnetic field is set to reverse. Scientists state that every 200,000 to 300,000 years the Earth poles flip, where the north becomes south and vice versa. That attempted to happen 40,000 years ago, but it was not successful. And the last time this took place was about 780,000 years ago, meaning we're overdue for a pole reversal. Scientists noticed that there was a weak spot in Earth's magnetic field called the South Atlantic Anomaly, which stretches from Chile to Zimbabwe. Conclusions were jumped to that the anomaly was proof that a pole reversal was imminent, but new research claims otherwise. Richard Holm, the professor of geomagnetism at the University of Liverpool, said, "There has been speculation that we are about to experience a magnetic polar reversal or excursion, but by studying the two most recent excursion events, we show that neither bear resemblance to current changes in the geomagnetic field. Therefore, it's probably unlikely that such an event is about to happen. Our research suggests instead that the current weakening field will recover without such an extreme event, and therefore is unlikely to reverse. When pole reversals finally do happen, again, the magnetic shield will fail by at least 10%. Many species of animals, mostly birds, have a sense for the magnetic poles which allow them to navigate, especially times of mass migration, leading experts to fear that it could cause confusion. But as humans, we're not about, as we said before, we did not exist, they say, during the last switch of 780,000 years ago. It's impossible to accurately predict what will happen to humans. But with a weakening magnetic shield, the Earth is more vulnerable to solar storms. They're sparked by radiation which pummels our planet, heats up the outer atmosphere, causing it to expand. This means satellite signals would struggle to penetrate the atmosphere, leading to a lack of internet service, GPS navigation, and satellite TV, whatever, mobile phone signals. Additionally, increased currents in the Earth's magnetic field, or magnetosphere, could theoretically lead to a surge of electricity in power lines, which can blow out electrical transformers and power stations, leading to temporary loss of electricity in the region. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.